Welcome to our podcast,
Real Marriage
Real Talk
with
Mr. and Mrs. Eagleton.
I was really upset with him because I felt like what I'm saying is practical.
He's practical.
You're my uncle.
You're my uncle. You're my
You're
godfather.
my uncle.
Right.
You're my godfather. You should be on my side.
Right.
And he was not happy. But he said that, and that was the end of it.
Yeah.
If you don't love her enough to do this for her, you should find someone else to marry. And I
Wow.
didn't.
No.
It's been costing me ever since. No, no, it has not. So it was a 6 months of trying to plan a wedding. We didn't have a bunch of money.
No. It was in the morning.
11 o'clock.
It was like a brunch kind of reception.
Because I was ready to get to the honeymoon.
Literally. So, okay, let's just go through this. We go through the ceremony. Oh, no, because I got to talk about this too. As we're going through, we had talked about like upbringing, background, and those things. As we're going through with our list of guests to invite to the wedding, I'm trying to be very strategic about who I invite because I did not want drama at my wedding. This man is
I don't know if you want to say this on camera.
I'm okay with it because this is real and people deal with this. So I was like, honey, like I had people I just did not want to invite, like from my family on my side. And you were like, Tivari, you need to invite, like all your family, like do the things, put it out, invite them. And I said, fine, I'll do it because he felt like this is your family. You need to do this. So we sent the invites out. I told my father that my mother would be walking me down the aisle because she was there. I was with her all the time. She was who raised me and who was present, in my life. He was not. He was not happy about that, like at all. He was livid.
An understatement.
It was an understatement. Like he was throwing a scene, like making a scene outside the wedding. Like this isn't traditional and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's not traditional not to take care of your kids. So don't come, and this is about me today. This is not about you making sure you have whatever position you want to have. So the drama started first before the wedding started. We had the wedding in the morning. Then,
but there was more drama. After the wedding, you're supposed to take pictures.
Yes. So
we're taking pictures, then there's drama.
Right. There's drama with the
pictures.
And, the photographer kind of like he'll do the bridal party, like the bride with the bridesmaids, the whole wedding, the groom with the... Anyway, my grandmother was there. One of my aunts was in my wedding. I wanted her to be in my wedding. And like my cousins, younger cousins were flower girls in the wedding. Like the people who I thought were going to be there, be supportive, enjoy the moment with us. Like those were my focus. Those people were my focus. But one of my dad's cousins was telling my grandmother, because I guess my grandmother was upset she wasn't in the pictures at the time, which there was a time for that, right? It was like, nope, well, then we'll have family, parents, grandparents, all of those things. And I hear my dad's cousin say, go on up there, ain't Ned? Like, go get in the pictures and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, when it is time, remember I had to say, when it is time, we will have her come up. I don't need you here directing the things at my wedding. So that was drama. We took care of things, got it done, went to the reception. On the way to the reception, he was trying not to go to the reception or because he didn't want to wait.
Quickie in the car.
Quickie.
It was going to be quick.
Like, girl, it's going to be like a minute or two.
It's been over a year.
It's been over a year.
It was going to be quick.
Well, 2 years at that time because we've been together total 2 years. You were
it was going to be quick.
So. You're like, let's just get this first one out of the way.
Get the first one out the way. Bae was not having it, though.
I was not having it. Even in the back of the limo, you were like...
It's going to be quick.
In the limo.
There's a privacy glass.
Right. You're doing all of these shenanigans, and I'm like, this big dress, what? Anyway.
Well, there's a well.
For sure.
She wasn't having it, though.
I was not having it.
So
we get to the wedding.
Reception.
We get to the reception, yes.
The drama there.
And there was drama there, too.
Hold on. First of all, at the reception, was the reception? So she has this friend from high school. And
talking about?
The photographer latched on to her. Toya?
I can't remember her name.
Remember her name. Anyway.
Yes. But yes, the photographer, because she was very attractive and very shapely. We go through our pictures later. There are all these
There are a lot of
pictures of her,
pictures
and
of
I was
her.
like, "And my wedding
There are
picture,
pictures
like,
of
what
you
is happening?"
too. There's a lot of you, but there was more of her than any other guest.
True, that's what it was. I was like, he must have been following her around, just like taking pictures all night.
And
he
I
didn't
will
have
tell you
enough
this.
wherewithal to like keep those for himself. Like, why are you sending this to me? Yes.
But every one of my friends who was not engaged
Oh
asked
yeah,
me
they were.
about her. So they're
For
like,
sure. Yeah. No,
hey,
she's
so,
beautiful.
So what's the deal with such as?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't. I've just
Yeah.
met her for the first time today.
Right.
Anyway, we get into the wedding. The wedding party shows up, and
yeah,
that
like
was the
they
drama.
introduced the
What was the
bride and
drama?
groom and do all the things. Pray for the food. Everybody went to get food, but we were still doing, I think, pictures and stuff outside
Right.
in the back of the venue. Well, I did not set up reserved tables. We did them for our parents, I think.
No, we had reserved table. Well, maybe we did for our parents
Like
and
granny,
the wedding
grand.
party.
Right.
Just our parents, not anybody else.
Right. So my extended family, like aunts and uncles, they weren't at a reserved table. And they weren't happy about it. So the reserved table that we had for the bridal party, they just went and sat at that table. Like, no problem. Like, we're going to be at a reserved table.
So the bridal party didn't have any place to sit.
Right. So you look at the video, our bridal party is like trying to go find a seat to have a seat. And
Right.
I am having a complete meltdown.
Not the women.
Yeah, because the guys were like giving up their seats and those things. Yeah.
So my people were like, dude, don't even worry about it. We got it. The women can go sit down.
I was mortified.
We're good.
I was so embarrassed.
My wife she's mortified. She's almost in tears.
Yeah. And I was like, I told you.
I told you I didn't want to invite them. So I had to calm her down. I was like, babe, I think I put my hands on both sides of your face.
On my face, yeah.
I was like,
because I was like, I want them to get up. This is for the brides.
Don't
like,
you worry about
a
it.
whole
We're good.
thing.
If
Yeah.
my people are good, that we're good.
Yeah.
So I got to center her and calm her down, and then we were fine.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to leave early then, still, even though I helped. So we stayed.
You
we
were
left.
like, now can we leave?
Now
that
can
I've
we
got
leave? Now that I've
we hadn't cut the cake. We hadn't done
didn't do
anything.
anything.
You
I
were
was
like,
trying
let's
to
go.
It was trying to go.
Yes. Yeah, but that's how the wedding.
So
went.
drama, and I think people underestimate. That was some of the questions people asked online. How do you deal with in-laws who are overbearing?
Yes. Yeah.
And so I will take some time to talk about that now because we've had some of those issues in very early on.
Yes.
I think when you are married, I'm just going to talk about the Bible. So the Bible says marriage is the reason why a man leaves his father and mother and joins to somebody else. So it becomes a new family. And your priority needs to be your marriage.
Yes. That's your family now.
Protecting your family against, what do they say? All threats, foreign and domestic.
Okay, Constitution. Yes.
So, not the Constitution, but all threats, foreign and domestic. So, it is appropriate that your new family becomes your primary family.
Yes.
Your new family becomes your priority, which is hard for in-laws because, like they told me when we were dating and they didn't like me, it was, we're family and we're going to be here when you're long gone.
Mm-hmm.
I had no plans to leave.
Yep.
And so it becomes challenging to deal with in-laws and family dynamics. So my advice is whoever is causing the problem, that person's family needs to deal with it. Let me go back. If it is your mother and father who are overbearing, you need to be the one to handle that, at least initially.
Right.
If you are unable to handle that initially, I have no problem handling it.
Oh, yes.
But you have to realize that when I handle it, it's going to be different. They're going to feel differently about it than when you handle it.
Right.
So if my mom and dad are overbearing, disrespectful to you, I need to handle that. And you can do it gently early on, but if they persist, you can be more direct.
Right.
And you need to realize that your family needs to realize being a part of your life is not mandatory.
Yeah.
That having access to us is not a foregone conclusion. And if you can't respect our boundaries, if you can't respect my wife, then we won't be around you. We will protect our peace. I will protect our relationship, even when it's protecting it against my mom, my dad, my siblings, my aunts, uncles, any of my family. So that's number one. I think that the person whose family is causing the problems, the issues, needs to be the one to address it, at least initially. You have to set your boundaries and
they have to be boundaries.
Be clear about your boundaries.
And you have to make them bound. Don't keep moving
negotiate your
right.
boundaries.
Right.
Which is challenging. It can be challenging, especially if you've not grown up in environments where your parents let you feel empowered to take ownership of things. So if you grew up, if you're a young lady, you grew up and your mom was overbearing, and she was overbearing even with your dad, and she ran things, and she's accustomed to doing that, and you're accustomed to seeing that, which means she's overbearing with you, with your siblings, with your dad, with everybody. Yeah. That's who she is, and you come to accept that. And then it becomes almost an acquiescence to who she is. It's just who mom is. Well, it can't be who she is in your home, in your relationship. So it has to be dealt with. I think those things are easier to deal with, especially once grandkids are involved, because most grandparents want to be involved, want to at least have access to their grandkids.
For some people. For some people, they're indifferent about it. But one caveat I want to put in that too, that can make that more challenging, is how self-sufficient you are in your marriage. So if your parents or people, or the son or the daughter, either spouse, and you have to contact them to help you with paying your rent, your mortgage, like all of those things, you have to access them, and they basically help keep your household afloat, then they have some latitude to be able to say, because they're invited into that.
That's more challenging.
Right.
And it takes a special person to help without strings.
For sure.
And not everybody can do that.
No.
And so you have to be careful when you ask, when you are soliciting help, support, and it happens all the time.
Yeah.
You have to be careful.
Things happen. Right.
When you're soliciting help and support from people, because it may end up allowing them access to control your life or to be overbearing or overstep. So that's your caveat, that it's a lot more challenging when you are reliant on them to do things for you.
Yes.
Aside from that, well, and the other part of it is it's also challenging if you want to stay in their will and they have significant means.
Right. Yeah. If your parent has,
and
they have money and you're
to
in there,
lose. You stand to lose.
You don't want to get cut out of the will.
Cut out of the will. So that makes it more
Mom,
challenging.
I'll do whatever you say.
That makes it more challenging.
Right.
So if mom if you're going to stand to inherit $20, $30, $40 million. Right. Excuse me. Then you're more likely to let mom do and say what she wants to do and say.
And that wife may be like, I can take it, don't worry about it.
Right. I mean, if your wife is okay with it, your wife is okay with it. I'm not saying something that, but if your wife is disrespected or feels disrespected, then you have to handle it in a different way.
Yeah.
And so you have to clearly set boundaries, and you have to have a real conversation. Now, I can only say this from how I would handle it, because I've never had those issues.
Right.
My parents were never overbearing. My siblings were not overbearing. We try whenever we've gotten married, we try to integrate the new person into our family as much as possible.
True.
And so I reserve judgment unless you ask me. When my brother got married, I got a sister. I got another sister. And I'm happy for you. What can I do for you? I'm not overbearing. I'm not overstepping. When my sister got married, I had another brother.
Right.
We try to integrate into the family. And my mom tends to be that way. My dad tends to be that way. So I'm only speaking from how I would handle that relationship dynamic.
True. And from those things, like my mother-in-law, after we were engaged, asked me to go to lunch with her. And she literally at the lunch was like, I want to invite you into the family. Like, you're not an in-law, you're my daughter. You're not a daughter-in-law, you're my daughter. You'll be my daughter. And so she was welcoming me into the family. It's like, no, you're part of this family. And I'm treating you as a daughter like I treat my other daughter, and my other daughters. So that was really special. And that set a standard for me. So that when my kids are engaged and they're trying to get married, I want to also be that kind of mother-in-law. I want to be supportive. I want to help them be successful as much as I can. As long as we feel like the person is a good match, like even from dating. Because parents know. One of our kids dated somebody and we were both like, not that one. We prayed that one away. But yeah, like we prayed that we were like, Lord, if this one isn't it, get it out of here. And sure enough, we got a phone call and we were like, thank you, Lord. Yeah, yes.
But in-laws and families can be challenging. You have, and it may present an opportunity for someone to do something they've never done before, which is actually stand up to mom or dad.
Oh, yeah.
And you maybe never had an opportunity or a reason to do that. And you've let them kind of tell you what to do all along. And now you're 25, you're getting married, and they are intruding where they shouldn't, where they've not been invited.
Yeah.
Say it that way. And it's making you uncomfortable.
Yep.
And again, if it's my people, I need to deal with it. If it's your people, I'll let you deal with it initially.
Right.
But if it persists, then I have no problem dealing with it. Just know that it's going to adversely impact, your relationship with them in the future. Because now you're allowing me to tell them what to do. And either they want to be a part of our lives or they don't.
Right. Like my father is a perfect example. He had surgery, and we went to go see him in the hospital after we were married. And he was asking us about having a grandchild and telling us that he wanted to have grandchildren because he wanted to, like, an opportunity to be a better grandfather than he was a father. And you were like, we're not having a baby because you want to be out of your desire. Like, what does that even mean?
I've grown in 28 years of being with you.
True.
So
you shut that down pretty quickly.
So this was level setting. This was her dad, and we were engaged.
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm not having a kid just so you can be a better grandfather than you were a father. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Said, and how dare you ask, because at that point we were talking about not having kids at all. And I said, how dare you tell me I need to have kids so you can be a better grandfather than you were a father? That's not my responsibility.
Right.
And he said, well, what if she leaves you and have a kid with somebody else? I said, she's not leaving me. That's what I said. I said, she's not leaving me. So we will have or not have kids.
Right.
But us having kids is not to have
no
kids for you to be a better grandfather.
Right.
You should have been a better father.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't put all this out. I don't know.
Oh, I don't have a problem with it.
Anyway, her dad and I get along great now.
Yes.
Like the rest of her family.
Yeah.
They just fell in love with me.
They do love you. They really do. Yeah.
It was inevitable.
They call you, well, yes.
It is.
Yeah. You have a way of just...
I have a way.
Wiggling yourself in people's hearts.
Eventually. Wiggling like a tapeworm.
No, you're pretty great, though.
So that's a challenging thing. And it's really challenging when you're young and you haven't really grown into who you are as an adult.
True.
So if you're 21, it's hard to stand up to mom or dad.
Yeah.
Especially when they haven't given you the license to do that. When our kids were young, because I grew up, because I did debate, I told our kids, we can have a discussion about anything.
Yeah, that you can talk to us about anything.
You can present your arguments.
If you feel like something is unfair, one of the rules we have, you absolutely can come and tell us, I don't think this is fair, but you have to tell us why. We have to talk about an alternative. And then if we feel
Those
like—
are the three things. One, you have to tell us why.
Right.
You have to be respectful.
You have to be respectful.
And when we shut down the discussion, it has to be the end of it.
Right.
So we would have discussions a lot about things.
Usually with Josh.
Because
Avery was more
Avery
like,
was like whatever,
okay,
Dad,
whatever you say, yeah.
But Josh and I would have conversations, but it also allows them to express themselves.
Yes.
It allows them to, quote unquote, stand up to mom or dad in a respectful way.
Well, it empowers them to have a voice.
Right.
Not just do what I said because I'm your parents.
But if you didn't grow up that way,
right?
And now I'm 25, and I need to deal with something that mom or dad is doing that's making my life uncomfortable. Yeah. It's more challenging because I've never had those things. I've never
been conditioned to feel like I can't do this.
What they say I do.
Right.
And so that was a big deal. And people were like, why? Because he has opinions.
And we're raising them to be people that are capable of speaking for themselves as adults and making decisions and really trying to like analyze and think through situations that they're in.
And we can have discussions.
Right.
We can have discussions about things. And so if you didn't grow up that way, and now I'm 25, this is my first time challenging my dad.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to do.
Very.
Because I've never done that before.
Yep.
I just did what he said, or I rebelled quietly and got punished for it.
True.
Without any discussions about it.
Yeah.
I don't think this is fair.
If
you present a good argument, I think Josh made an argument about why he should be able to stay up late.
His bedtime, yeah.
His
bedtime we said, yes.
You know what? You have a good argument. And if you can do these things, then
get yourself up still at this time, be ready at this time,
whatever. Let's have a probationary period where
That's
you have 2 months of, you go to bed whatever time you want. In this 2-month period, you are never late for school. Nobody's getting you up in the morning. You're ready to go when it's time to go. And you can set your own bedtime.
Right.
Because there's a lot involved in doing that. Now, he stayed up late for 2 months and then went back to the old bedtime on his own because it's easier to get up.
Yes.
It's easier to do what I have to do.
Yep.
But that was his decision. He presented a good argument. We had a probationary period. He passed the probationary period.
He did.
He was empowered to talk to us. And then he empowered to make his own bedtime.
That's right.
And he realized,
because he recognized, my parents is doing because this is easy. Right. So I'm choosing the wiser path. Yeah. I love that though. And I love, even when he was home, was it Thanksgiving? This past Thanksgiving? And was he taking the trash? He was doing something.
Yeah. I said, Josh, don't worry about taking the trash out. And he said, I make my own money. I take care of myself. You don't get to tell me what to do.
And you know what? He is absolutely right.
He was kind of joking, but he was also telling me what I had told him growing up.
That's right.
I said, when you get to be an adult, when you take care of yourself, I will treat you like an adult.
That's right.
When I come to your house, I will sit where you allow me to sit in your house.
Right.
When we sit at the dinner table, I will sit at the table, at the seat you allow me to sit. If you give me the honor of sitting at the head of the table, I will sit there. Right. If you don't, it's your house.
That's right.
If you give me the honor of saying grace over the meal, I will take that honor.
Right.
If you don't, I will accept that this is your house and you want to pray over the meal, and I will be fine with that.
Right.
I will treat you like an adult. I will treat you like I treat my brother when I go to his house.
That's right.
Because my brother is an adult, taking care of himself.
Taking care of himself.
And so he was kind of joking, but he was repeating to me what I had told him all the while growing up. He wasn't disrespectful.
Nope.
I didn't take it that way, but he said, I'm an adult. You can't tell me what to do. This is about taking the trash out.
I take care of myself. I pay my own bills. Yes.
I'm taking the trash out. And that's what it was. It was about taking the trash out. Now, mind you, when he was 16, it would have been, please take the trash out.
Josh, take the trash out. Why haven't you taken the trash? Why is the trash still in here? Right, yes, exactly.
But as an adult, he came to my house and took the trash out because he recognized the trash can was full and needed to go out.
Yeah.
and it wasn't somebody else's job to do. I can take the trash out. I was very proud, even though he said, you can't tell me what to do.
Right.
I was good with that.
Yeah, that was cool.
There's a lot of talk to tell you how to deal with your overbearing in-laws. But
True.
it's important.
It is important, for sure.
Thank you on the Real Marriage, Real Talk with Mr. and Mrs. Eagleton.
You can also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Mr. and Mrs. Eagleton.